way of life is a coaching consultant company that helps with management careers using astrology. Astrology is a holistic process, allows us to help people align with what they are passionate about, provide the tools to build your personal development and live your best life. The way of life coaching consulting company. For reading or coaching, call Keisha Reed at 781-602-0986. That's 781-602-0986. Or check our website, www.thewayoflife.net. That's www.awayoflyfe.net. The Way of Life is a coaching consultant company. Live your best life.
Peace, family. Cancer, welcome to your November horoscope. All right, so all planets are direct this month, giving you some extra mojo. It's a great time for launches, big decisions, agreements, investing, moves, planning, and new projects. Although I would definitely check out my Aries full moon live, as I believe we are going to experience an economic shutdown. And that full moon is going to be the mark, the energy that we'll see playing out for the next year. So you want to be mindful of that, family. Venus starts its retrograde shadow November 18th, but it'll actually retrograde December 19th. It's best to deal with any past issues, detoxing, decluttering, finishing old projects, research, relaxing, and just going with the flow. If you go to my website, you can find my Venus retrograde blog on my blog page. You can get a good idea of the do's and don'ts during a Venus retrograde, but overall, these are old things coming in from the past, especially as far back as between January and May, because that's when all these outer planets went retrograde. And so now that all these outer planets are direct, I definitely feel like we have greater possibility to see those things coming back at this time. Not to mention, we have this powerful surge of just wonderful, beautiful deliciousness between the 26th and the 30th of this month. Something like 9 positive aspects. And with that being said, of course, you're going to have greatness coming in. Just know, because it is a Venus retrograde, that you most undoubtedly can experience some delays, miscommunication, technical difficulties, and even possibly having to do anything, transactions or anything like that over again, which is okay. It's just about being aware, right? So if you're wondering why things are happening to you, I feel like me putting this information out and you being interested in following, you're just going to be one step ahead to know, it's the retrograde. It'll work itself out. All right. Then we have Scorpio season is always speaking the language of Cancer placements, bringing up opportunities for finding hidden talent, empowering relationships for others, and partnering with others. Children are a strong topic at this time as well. All right, my Cancers, is y'all having babies? What is going on with y'all? You got to let me know in the comments. And then Venus will retrograde in your opposite sign of Capricorn. So it's going to put a lot of pressure on your Venus area ruled life. Your money, your finances, relationships, resources is going to be highlighted between you and your life. There can be a push and pull between home and family, but I still feel like overall this is going to be a pretty positive aspect, because anywhere Venus is in your chart shows you where you get blessings. And so not to worry, just again, being mindful. Oppositions cause pressure, it's a relationship between you and something else. So pressure and opposition between you and something else. So perhaps not being on the same page and having to get on the same page and just having a conversation about it, understanding the situation better, gathering information about it, and working on it from that angle and perspective. Now, every 6 months, we have a new eclipse cycle. We're now closing out the Gemini Sagittarius cycle. So anything you learn from this cycle that has to do with how we gather information, share information, education systems, working from home, and mobility, teaching and learning, starting a new course, or getting a job again. This also rules immigration and travel will be highlighted at this time. So just be mindful that whatever cycles you are, or whatever lessons, I'll put it like that you've learned from this cycle will be highlighted at this time. But you also have to keep in mind, family, that the transiting nodes are playing out on the world stage, and you want to know what's going on and how that may or may not affect your decisions. And then we'll be starting a new cycle around finances, self-efficiency, environmental topics, sustainability, food, redistribution of wealth, and shared resources. The last time we had this cycle was 2012 to 2014. These themes will repeat in different ways, or also you can be seeing the continuation of these stories being played out in some way, shape, or form. And so the way that I've really been looking at these eclipse cycles is that it represents the nodes in our chart. And so you have the South node, which are the skills and knowledge that you were born here with, and the skills and knowledge that you learn from from the time you were born to about age 30, 35. And so this is your lineage, your generational lineage. What have you learned throughout this time? Um, um, how are you growing within your lineage? And what are you hoping to pass down to the next generation, in a sense, is what we're kind of tracking here with these nodes. And so knowing how those things are um, aligning with the transiting nodes is a pretty cool process when you think about it from that perspective, because then you have the North node that shows us your mission, your purpose in this life, and you're learning from 35 to 42 what that is. You're understanding it, you're trying on new things, you're transitioning, you're transforming, and just understanding how you fit within this process. What are you going to pass down to the next generation? What are you going to keep from generations? What generational curses are you breaking and understanding differently? And in a sense, I feel like it's such a cool way, I think, to think about it from that perspective, because you get to track how you're growing within your lineage, right? And so, family, if you are interested in getting your horoscope for the eclipse season, please join my Cosmic Connection group. If you go to my homepage and scroll down to the bottom of the page, become a member, it'll take you right to it. And you'll have access to over 200 horoscopes written from me, as well as previous eclipse cycles, especially the one prior to this, where you can, again, just gather information, see where you're aligning, see where you're growing, where you can grow more, and things that you might not have even perhaps thought of that can help you within this process. And so take a look at that if you're interested, family. But another thing to know is that if you are an avid horoscope reader, you've probably noticed at times you'll read it, it's right on point, it happened way before, or it's something that happens months down the line. The reason that is because each horoscope is written in is divided into 3 decans, because each house equals 30 degrees. And so in this way, you have your early degree decans, which are the ones that start a new cycle coming out of a new, coming from a new sign, all the way to the first of the month. Your middle degree decans, which are the first of the month to the 10th of the month. And then you have your late degree decans, which are the 10th of the month onward. And so in this way, I break all these horoscopes down for you. You'll have them already broken down for you. But for the people who want to know your early degree people will be experiencing this in the 11th house. This is the house of Aquarius. So you can do any research, Google Aquarius themes and characteristics. That's going to tell you how you can experience this in your in the during this time. And then you have the middle and late degree placements where you'll be experiencing this in the 10th house. And this is anything to do with your Capricorn area of life. So you can do any kind of research around Capricorn themes and characteristics, and that'll show you how this will be playing out for you. Again, family, if you want your own horoscopes written out, I also do weekly horoscopes every Saturday, specifically from your birth chart for you. Sign up to the Cosmic Connection group. I hope you found this information helpful. Peace.